The Langeberg Mountains in South Africa is approximately 520 million years old. The Himalayas are around 50 million, the Alps about 34 million, the Rockies roughly 80 million. These mountains are older than all of them combined. The only reason it was possible for these mountains to withstand the elements through these eons of time is because it is primarily composed of a highly resistant quartzitic sandstone. These mountains stretches longitudinally for about 250 kilometers from east to west across the southernmost tip of Africa. These mountains act as a natural rain barrier, dividing the Western Cape's lush green coastal area from the much drier and arid Karoo. It makes up a part of the most biodiverse biome in the world and shelters more plant species in 1 square kilometer than the whole of the legendary Amazon forest in its totality. What made the route that we decided on taking more spectacular was the fact that we extended the northern drier Karoo side, which plant species differs about 20% from the southern lush green side we descended the next day. So there's one of the clock peaks, 1 o'clock peak. There's 12 o'clock peak, with Swellendam in the background. I'm extremely fortunate to have a daughter that shares my passion for the mountains, so we decided on spending the night on top of the mountain in our little makeshift camp. With this peak, where the two of us spent the night, only being 80 kilometers north from the most southern tip of Africa, the cold Atlantic has blown in a thick layer of mist over the coastal plains during the course of the night. And as the full moon moved west over this magically enchanted place, the sun came with its brightness from the east to replace her and the dark sacred night. There's 12 o'clock peak. We're coming down 11 o'clock. Luckily there's no wind here. But rocky shores.
Dirt like yes.
And here's a clip from Google Earth showing the route that we decided on taking. Excitedly anxious, we approached her cautiously. Okay, we're gaining altitude. Another kilometer of altitude to go. It's quite intimidating. That's where we're going. Up. For the whole day. Until we reach 1,700 meters. Right from the start, it was quite obvious that the fire has gone through here not too long ago. Check out these rock formations, almost as if though it's been melted. There's Misty Point. It's actually a really beautiful day and some amazing stone structures all around us. And we're making good progress. Here's a different view from Google Earth of the route that we've taken. We couldn't have asked for a better autumn day to climb this mountain peak. Nice shape here. This is a water feature. Our route took us along the northern rocky ridge of the mountain, which was almost completely stones. But wherever there was a little bit of soil in the crevice, a plant was growing. And there you can see Misty Point. There's another 200 meters. It was such a nice, pleasant walk all around coming up here this last 3 kilometers. Almost don't want it to end. It's just a gradual slope. And because of the fire, it's easy walking. There's a nice viewpoint, like a little platform. We've spent a whole complete day hiking up this mountain without ever seeing what it looks like on the southern side. Being midday by the time we reached the top, we quickly set up a little camp. Yeah, so this is our humble abode for tonight. After setting up camp and taking a little rest, we decided to hike back up to the highest peak to capture the golden hour. So initially when I planned this trek, I thought about approaching this highest point from the western side, and I'm so glad we didn't attempt that. And I'm so glad we didn't do that. Would have been spectacular, but it looks unforgiving. The mountain we're on now is making this pyramid in the skyline shadow, this pyramid shadow in the mist as the sunset on the opposite side. As Henry found us some nice firewood. And this truly is the golden hour. It's definitely worth staying the night here. It's going to be cold though. Adios, son. Bye. See you tomorrow. I love this pyramid shadow of the mountain. Personally, I reckon an evening spent on the highest peak in the Overberg with the full moon can't be matched. Well, okay, so we've got a little fire going inside this cave next to our beds. And a hearty cup of soup. Yummy. So the reason we make the fire there is so it reflects the heat back into our camp and it doesn't get extinguished so quickly by the cold. So the next morning we got up early, packed all our gear and set off back home. Heading back home now. So we just had to punch over the small little ridge to see over to the southern side and descend the rest of the 1,400 meters. On a clear day, one would be able to see the ocean from here. But today, the whole area was covered in a thick layer of mist. The floral contrast is so dramatic. The one moment you're walking through fynbos and the next through savanna-like reeds. There's our descent. This mountain acts as a rain barrier, so we're crossing over onto the southern side, which is much more lush and dense than the Karoo side. So we're traversing now this down this mountain, trying to find the road down, but this slope is exceeding, it must be 70 degrees. It drops down towards those mountains, towards the east. A severe gust of wind was pounding through this lower section of the mountain. So here's a different view. There's 1 o'clock peak. On Google Earth, it was much clearer to see this gully running parallel in the middle of the mountain from east to west, through which this wind was gusting. Yeah, so we punched over, we're out of the wind now, and this is the rainy side of the mountain, where it gets all its moisture from the ocean, blows in either from the southeast or southwest. But check this view, civilization, and we're gonna make it. Hi, so we've descended now 1,100 meters in 4 hours, and yeah, it's not good on the knees, but we're almost there. I think it's another 300 meters to descend. And then we're at the bottom. Hopefully our lift is there waiting for us. Thank you. I really appreciate the fact that you watched this whole movie of mine to the end. Please like, share, and subscribe to see more similar content. Next week, me and Zanri is going to show you more about this hidden, unexplored cave.